What's going on, guys? So I got another Suicide Squad related video for you guys, and it seems that Jared Leto, the Joker himself, is frustrated, if not pissed, that a lot of the Joker scenes were cut out of Suicide Squad. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen this movie twice now, and I personally wanted more Joker in this movie because, one, the trailers made it seem like he was going to be a big character in this movie, and he wasn't. And two, I wanted to really officially be able to make a judgment if I like Jared Leto as Joker. But I will say that I do find myself quoting his words a lot lately, the ones from the trailer and the movie, so I think his character is growing on me, but personally I just wanted to see him interact with Harley more, because it seems like that is a lot of what they cut out of this movie. Because if you're a comic book fan, you know that the Harley Quinn-Joker relationship isn't all lovey-dovey like it is in the movie. There is a lot of craziness in that relationship, and they filmed a lot of that kind of craziness, but it didn't make it into the movie. So I wish they would have just showed both sides of that relationship, and that is why I wanted more Joker Harley-ness in this movie. None of that matters now because the movie is out, and Jared Leto does seem to be frustrated with all of the quotes that he has made in recent days to various news sources. And I'm going to read some of those, and all the links to those sources will be in the description down below. The first quote I'm going to read has to do with the bad reviews that Suicide Squad has been getting. I've heard that there's been a very mixed response. It's easy to hear that, but I haven't seen the film, and I'm in the film so little that really has not very much to do with me and what I'm doing now and talking and sharing the film. That quote kind of seems like Jared Leto's like, hey man, it's not my fault, I'm not even in the film that much. I feel like that's something you say when you're frustrated with something, you're just trying to get away from it because you're just like, man, screw that, whatever, I wasn't in it, bro, I'm sorry, it's not my fault, it's bad. The article does have another quote from Leto that reads, I'd like to see a little bit more Joker in Suicide Squad 2. We shot so much footage, there are so many scenes featuring the Joker that are not in the film. That quote right there is just beefing up the amount of work that he did for this movie that wasn't in the final product. This next quote is the one that I think has the most frustration in it, and I think you'll pick up on it right when you hear it. Just check it out. Oh, there were so many scenes that got cut from the movie, I couldn't even start. I think that the Joker, we did a lot of experimentation on the set, we explored a lot. There's so much that we shot that's not in the film. If I die anytime soon, it's probably likely that it'll surface somewhere. That's the good news about the death of an actor is, like, you know, all the stuff seems to come out. Jared Leto is literally talking about his death and how his death would be the reason why we get to see all of the extra Joker footage. Whoa, bro! Like, I feel like that is something you say when you are frustrated. When are you gonna, like, use your own death in an interview and talking about, that's the only way we're gonna get extra footage, man? Yo, Jared, did you not just see the BVS extended cut? They added 30 minutes of extra footage, bro. I'm personally hoping we're going to get all of that extra Joker footage in an extended cut of Suicide Squad. So please don't die anytime soon, Jared, because you're an amazing actor and I don't want you to die just so I can see extra Joker footage. The next quote comes from Gizmodo, and it's Jared Leto talking about how they filmed enough footage for a solo Joker film. I think that I brought so much to the table in every scene, it was probably more about filtering all of the insanity. Because I wanted to give a lot of options, I think there's probably enough footage in this film for a Joker movie. If you guys have seen the trailers or the behind the scene photos, you know that a lot of Joker was cut out of this movie, so I think this is just a valid quote by Jared Leto talking about how he feels that they filmed so much of this Joker that they didn't use any of it, and it probably could be its own film. These last quotes come from The Wrap, and it's Jared Leto talking about how there is an R-rated or X-rated performance in there somewhere of all the footage they shot, and how he doesn't want to overstay his welcome as the Joker if people don't like him as the Joker. There's a rated R or rated X performance in there somewhere. As the film stands now, it's much more of a supporting part than a lot of people may have assumed, but I feel like there may be more to come. I think it entirely depends upon the response of the public. If they respond to this Joker, I could imagine the Joker coming back, but if they don't, I certainly wouldn't want to overstay my welcome. So there you have it, a whole bunch of Jared Leto quotes that may or may not be filled with frustration. Now, I do think one or two of those is like frustrated, he just said it out of frustration, but I think everything else is pretty sincere, just talking about how they put so much work into this film and how he put so much of his heart and soul into the Joker just to see it all cut away in the final product. I want to know what you guys think about this whole thing, because some of these articles are painting Jared Leto in a bad light. They are making him seem like he's all about his ego, that he needed to be in this movie more, and the reason why this movie is doing bad is because he wasn't in it enough. But in all honesty, I think Jared Leto has a reason to be upset here, because I know I would be upset if I put all of this time and effort into a character only to see it, pushed down to a supporting role, lesser than a bunch of the other characters in this movie, and you were like the focal point of a lot of the trailers. You know what? None of that matters. Everything I just said, push that to the side. You want to know why Jared Leto has the right to be upset? Is because everybody was talking about him. And I'm not talking about the internet. I'm not like, oh my god, he's gonna be the best. I am talking about his co-stars. They were the ones talking about him. I was literally in that Hall H panel for Suicide Squad, and Will Smith came out and said that Jared Leto's performance is the reason why everybody else in this film is badass. When your co-stars say that you are the reason why all of their performances are better, wouldn't you be upset when they cut you from the film? Now, of course, he wasn't cut from the film, but they did cut a lot of him out of the film. So, it's kind of not the same thing, but, very close. Just look on YouTube. It's probably in the sidebar or something. Just look for the Suicide Squad panel at Hall H 2016. San Diego Comic-Con. Man, could I make that any longer? But just look for that panel and just see if Will Smith talks about Jared Leto's performance, because he just goes off and saying how everybody else got pushed to the limit, and just saying it's all because of Jared Leto, that, he brought this intensity, he brought this insanity, that everybody just had to step their game up to get on his same level. Anyways, I think Jared Leto has the right to be upset about this whole thing, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you want more Jared Leto in the Suicide Squad? Was he in there the perfect amount of time? Should some other actor be the Joker? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share with all your clown face buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, guys, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bam!